Guru is only one, he is not physical. So long as there is weakness, the support of strength is needed. Welcome to talk number 34, where Sri Ramana Maharshi answers a variety of questions posed by the devotees. In this Talks with Sri Ramana Maharshi, talk number 34, Yogi Ramaya's account of his experiences. Sitting in Maharshi's presence brings peace of mind. I used to sit in Samadhi for 3 or 4 hours together. Then I felt my mind took a form and came out from within. By constant practice in meditation, it entered the heart and was merged into it. I conclude that the heart is the reciting or resting place of mind. The result is peace. When the mind is absorbed in the heart, the self is realized. This could be felt even at the stage of concentration or dharana. I asked Maharshi about contemplation. He taught me as follows. When a man dies, the funeral pyre is prepared and the body is laid flat on the pyre. The pyre is lit, the skin is burnt, then the flesh and then the bones until the whole body falls to ashes. What remains thereafter? The mind. The question arises, how many are there in the body? 1 or 2? If 2, why do people say I and not we? There is therefore only one. From where is it born? What is its nature or swarupa? Enquiring thus, the mind also disappears. Then what remains over is seen to be the I. The next question is, who am I? The self alone. This is contemplation. This is how I did it. By this process, attachment to the body or dehavasana is destroyed. The ego vanishes. The self alone shines. One method of getting mind dissolution or manolaya is association with great ones, the yoga adepts, yoga arudhas. They are perfect adepts in samadhi. Self-realization has been easy, natural and perpetual to them. Those moving with them closely and is in sympathetic contact gradually absorb the samadhi habit for them. Talk 35. An educated visitor asked Bhagavan about Dvaita and Advaita. Maharshi, identification with the body is Dvaita, non-identification is Advaita. Talk number 36. An aristocratic and distinguished lady visitor from north, accompanied by her private secretary, arrived at noon. Waiting a few minutes and asked Maharshi soon after, he returned to the hall after lunch. Devotee, Maharshi ji, can we see the dead? Maharshi, yes. Devotee, can the yogis see them to show them to us? Can the yogis show them to us? Maharshi, yes, they may, but do not ask me to show them to you, for I cannot. Devotee, do you see them? Maharshi, yes, in dreams. Devotee, can we realize the goal through yoga? Maharshi, yes. Devotee, have you written on yoga? Are there books on the subject by you? Maharshi replied, yes. After she left, the master observed, did we know our relatives before their birth, that we should know them after their death? Talk number 37. What is karma? Asked someone. Maharshi replied, that which has already begun to bear fruit is classified as prarabdha karma, past action. That which is in store and will later bear fruit is classified as sanchita karma or accumulated action. That which is multifarious, like the grain observed or obtained by villagers as barter for cress. Such bartered grain consists of rice, ragi, barley, etc., some floating on, while others sinking in water. Some of it may be good, bad, or indifferent. When the most potent of the multifarious accumulated karma begins to bear fruit in the next birth, it is called prarabdha of that birth. Talk number 38. When one of the present attendants came the first time to Bhagavan, he asked, "What is the way of liberation?" Maharshi replied, "The way already taken leads to liberation." Talk number 39. 22nd September 1936. Conversing with R. Seshagiri Rao, a visitor, Maharshi remarked that a self-realized sage or Atmagnani alone can be a good karma yogi. After the sense of doership has gone, let us see what happens. Sri Shankara advised inaction, but did he not write commentaries and take part in disputation? Do not trouble you doing action or otherwise. Do not trouble about doing action or otherwise. Know thyself. Then let us see whose action it is. Whose is it? Let action complete itself. So long as there is a doer, he must reap the fruits of his action. If he does not think himself the doer, there is no action for him. He is an ascetic who has renounced worldly life. Sannyasin. Devotee. How did the ego arise? Maharshi. It is not necessary to know it. Know the present. Not knowing that, why do you worry about other times? Maharshi said in reply to a question, is the world within you or without you? Does it exist apart from you? Does the world come and tell you, I exist? Talk number 40. The Brahmin questioner resumed, how do we know that action is ours or not? Maharshi, if the fruits of action do not affect the person, he is free from action. Devotee, is intellectual knowledge enough? Maharshi, unless intellectually known, how to practice it? Learn it intellectually first, then do not stop with that. Practice it. Maharshi then made certain remarks. When you adhere to one philosophical system or siddhanta, you are obliged to condemn the others. That is the case with the heads of monasteries or matadipatis. All people cannot be expected to do the same kind of action. Each one acts according to his temperament and past lives. Wisdom, devotion, action, that is, jnana, bhakti, and karma, are all interlocked. Meditation on one form is according to one's own mind. It is meant for ridding oneself of other forms and confining oneself to one form. It leads to the goal. It is impossible to fix the mind in the heart to start with. So these aids are necessary. Krishna says that there is no birth or janma to you, me, etc. And later, he was born before Aditya, the sun god, etc. Arjuna disputes it. Therefore, it is certain that each one thinks of God according to his own degree of advancement. You say you are the body in wakeful state, not the body in sleep. Bodies being several fold for an individual, should not there be infinite capacities for God? Whichever method one follows, that method is enough, is encouraged by the sages. For it leads to the goal like any other method. Talk 41. Devotee. Are there heaven and hell? Swarga and Naraka? Maharshi, there must be someone to go there. They are like dreams. We see time and space exists in dream also. Which is true, dream or wakefulness? Devotee. So we must rid ourselves of lust or kama, anger or krodha, etc. Maharshi, give up thoughts. You need not give up anything else. You must be there to see anything. It is the self. Self is ever conscious. Devotee, or pilgrimages, etc. good? Maharshi, yes. Devotee, what effort is necessary for reaching the self? Maharshi, I should be destroyed. Self is not to be reached. Is there any moment when self is not? It is not new. Be as you are. What is new cannot be permanent. What is real must always exist. Devotee, what is sacrifice through wisdom, jnana yajna, or other sacrifices? Maharshi, other disciplines exist for it. Practice is for gaining wisdom or jnana. Devotees or jivan muktas or living liberated souls of different kinds. Maharshi, what does it matter if they differ externally? There is no difference in their wisdom or jnana. Devotee, when loyal to one master, can you respect others? Maharshi replied, Guru is only one. He is not physical. So long as there is weakness that supports the strength is needed. So long as there is weakness, the support of strength is needed. Devotee, Jiddu Krishnamurti says, no Guru is necessary. Maharshi replied, how did he know it? One can say so after realizing, but not before. Devotee, you have gained this state by great effort. What shall we, poor souls, do? Maharshi, we are in ourselves, we are not in the world. Devotee, heaven and hell, what are they? Maharshi replied, you carry heaven and hell with you. Your lust, anger, etc. produce these regions. They are like dreams. Devotee, the Gita says, if a man fixes his attention between the eyebrows and holds his breath, he reaches the supreme state. How is it done? Maharshi, you are always in the self and there is no reaching it. The eyebrow is only a place where attention is to be fixed, that is, seat of meditation, upasana sthana. Devotee, you have spoken of the heart as the seat of meditation. Maharshi, yes, it is also that. Devotee, what is heart? Maharshi, it is the center of the self. The self is the center of centers. The heart represents the psychic center and not the physical center. Devotee, the term jnana is realized wisdom. The term is also used for the method also. Why? Maharshi replied, Jnana includes the method also because it ultimately reaches or results in realization. Devotee, is a man to engage in teaching his knowledge, however imperfect? Maharshi replied, it is his prarabdha that way. In the 7th chapter, Arjuna asks if karma is a method or sadhana. Krishna answers that it is so if done without the sense of doership. So also are karmas approved by scriptures which deny karma. The karma disapproved by them is that which is done with the sense of doership. Do not leave karma. You cannot do so. Give up the sense of doership. Karma will go on automatically, or karma will drop away from you. If karma be your lot according to prarabdha, it will surely be done whether you will it or not. If karma be not your lot, it will not be done even if you intently engage it or engage in it. Janaka, Shuka, etc. were also in work without ahankara. Karma may be done for fame or may be done unselfishly for the public good. Yet, even then, they want applause. So it is really selfish. Devotee, What is that one thing, knowing which all doubts are solved? Maharshi replied, Know the doubter. If the doubter be held, the doubts will not arise. Here the doubter is transcendent. Again, when the doubter ceases to exist, there will be no doubts arising. From where they arise? Are the Jnanis Jivan Muktas? All are Jnanis and Jivan Muktas. Only they are not aware of the fact. Doubts must be uprooted. This means that the doubter must be uprooted. Here, the doubter is the mind. Devotee, what is the method? Maharshi, who am I is the investigation. Devotee, may we perform japa? Maharshi replied, Why should you think I am this? Investigate and the thoughts cease. What is, namely the self, will be revealed as the inescapable residue. Devotee, is Hatha Yoga necessary? Maharshi, it is one of the aids, not that it is necessary. It depends upon the person. Vichara surpasses pranayama. In Yoga Vashishta, Chudala advises investigation or vichara to Shikhadvaja for killing the ego. Reality can be reached by holding one to prana or intellect. Hatha Yoga is former, Vichara is the later. Devotee, is there any individuality for the Gnani after realization? Maharshi, how can he attain individuality? Even ordinarily, the elders advise achamana and pranayama before undertaking any work, be it worldly or otherworldly. That means concentration of mind accomplishes the work. Devotee asked, I meditate neti neti, not this, not this. Maharshi replied, No, that is not meditation. Find the source. You must reach the source without fail. The false I will disappear and the real I will be realized. The former cannot exist apart from the later. End of talk 41.